Bad idea. Don't do that. Hi. Hi, my health enthusiasts. How are you? If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Ivy, and I'm kind of a crazy health nut, but I'm glad that you're here. Today, we're talking about fruit and bloating, and this is such a common question, and I know I've covered it a lot, but I think among everything else that you guys message me about, it always comes back to this. So we're gonna dive right into it, and just a reminder, I'm not a doctor. I am in school for herbology, but I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you, like, when you guys ask about medications and those kind of things, I can't tell you that, but I can tell you that your body gives you really good signals, and that you really have to stay in tune with that. So first, let's get into it. Okay, so a lot of times people they transition to a plant-based diet, and you know, that means maybe meat once a week, or maybe you're just cutting down on your meat and you're trying to do a lot of plants. And a big mistake people do is, one, they just go crazy on the fruit and they don't necessarily focus on the food combining. So before you focus on some type of diet or some type of way of eating, there's a lot out there, right? There's high carb, low fat, there's raw till 4, there's raw, completely raw, there's high fat gourmet raw, there's a lot of different ways to eat in the plant-based world, and you have to remember you have to eat what's right for you and take it slow. So you don't want to jump right in from eating meat and cheese to doing a raw food diet. Like, that would be very, very, very hard and very, very challenging. Yes, your results would be really great and you'd probably feel really good and be really dramatic, but the likelihood of you getting through that to sustain a healthy lifestyle would not be very likely. So the best thing is that we transition to foods that are natural and easy for our body to digest and nourish the body, right? So we don't want to just focus on weight loss, and we don't want to just focus on, I don't know, calories or digestion. We want to focus on foods that heal the body. So again, I know I've said this before, but you are not what you eat, you are what you digest. So you can be eating really good food all day long, really healthy food, and if your body's not able to break it down, doesn't really matter. So you're gonna still be hungry, and your body's gonna look tired, and you're gonna look tired and feel tired. And so keep that in mind. It's really important to just stay empowered with your own body signals, and go with that. Like, don't lose sight of that. I need to take a sip of my tea. Okay, so number one, when you're transitioning to a plant-based diet, you want to make sure that you're not transitioning to foods that are highly processed, right? So if you even look at even a lot of the gluten-free stuff, it's filled with tapioca starch, and it's just filled with all these foods that, again, in nature, there is no darn delicious flour gluten-free tortilla on a tree somewhere that we eat with our avocado. It's just not there. So I'm not saying that forever. I'm just saying when you go plant-based, don't go too crazy on those things because you can get bloating. Second, fruit. Make sure, and this goes for all types of eating, this goes for every way of life, whether you're paleo, whether you're vegan, whether you're high carb, low fat, whether you're raw, you don't want to be eating a bunch of fruit on top of cooked food. You also don't want to be eating a bunch of fruit on top of fat. So you wouldn't want to eat like a big bowl of avocado and zoodles, raw zucchini noodles, for those of you who don't know what that is. You wouldn't want to eat that and then go and have like 3 or 4 mangoes. No. Bad idea. Don't do that. You're going to be in pain and you're going to be bloated, and no one likes that. Also, with this said, I want to remind you that too, if you're transitioning to high fruit from maybe a super normal, sad, standard American diet, right? If you're transitioning from that to a lot of fruit or even a lot of vegetables, you have to remember that those are filled with water. And so if you're used to eating, let's say, tortilla chips and some almonds on the go, and maybe, I don't know, pizza, and you're transitioning from that to a bunch of fruit or even a bunch of vegetables, you're gonna feel that water that you're not used to in your belly. So keep that in mind. you're transitioning to something that really is dead and doesn't have any life force to something that is full of water, so energetic and super astringent. So you're gonna feel that difference in your colon. So just keep that in mind too. It's a little bit of adjustment at first. And with that said, when you transition as well, the body is finally getting hydration that it hasn't had. So it kind of goes into all of these cells that are super dehydrated, and it goes into all of them and it kind of plumps up. And so you're gonna get a little bit bloated at first, but I promise you, maybe 1 or 2 days, and you'll be good. A way to combat that is to make sure that to keep your salts low. So the less salt that you're putting into your body, especially at first, the less likely you're gonna hold on to that water and feel that bloat. So keep that in mind too. And then I don't even know what number I'm on, maybe 4 or 5, I don't know, but also make sure you're on a good probiotic. So probiotics are a little bit controversial. Some people say you need them, some people say you don't. So a lot of us have antibiotic misuse. So unfortunately we took it way too much, or maybe our parents just didn't know, or maybe we had a doctor who didn't really understand us or didn't really understand what our needs were at the time. And so because of that, our bacteria is just a disaster. You also have to remember all these animal foods that we've been eating, all this dairy, all of these meats. And you guys, I've said this before, I'm not vegan, I'm not vegetarian, I don't take on a label, but I'm very aware of what they've done to our food supply, and I'm very aware that the chicken that, you know, we've been eating for the last 10 years is not the same chicken that our grandparents grew up on. And they're pumping it with antibiotics, they're pumping it with all this awful things that our bodies aren't meant to digest. Even the things that the chickens are eating, so they're feeding them GMO corn. So if we go back to you are what you eat, well, if you eat that chicken who is literally made out of GMO corn, that's what you're putting into your system, even though you don't mean to. So you might be trying to stay away from GMOs, and you might be trying to stay away from grains, and then you go and you eat a chicken that's eating this awful feed that's moldy and just awful for you, and you put that into your system, of course you're going to have bloating from that. So you have to remember that even though maybe you didn't take antibiotics, or maybe you know, your system is awesome or whatever, you have to remember that you put things into your body that you didn't even know that you did. So getting on a good probiotic is really good, very important. Make sure it's refrigerated kind. It should have 3 strains of bacteria. And yeah, I take a good one. I will actually go get it out of the fridge, the one that I'm taking right now, and show you guys. But you can take whatever. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure it's refrigerated and it has all 3 strains. Also too, with that said, you want to make sure that you take one that does not have yeast or gluten in it. That's really important. So anyways, that's it for today, you guys. Don't be so afraid of fruit. Wait, I want to show you guys my shirt. Hello, sipping on gym and juice. My friend Tiffy got this for me, and I love it. And we did an event a couple weeks ago, and she got this for me, and I love it. So she's done our juice cleanses a couple times, and she knows that obviously I love the gym and juice. So anyways, that's it, guys. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I love doing videos for you, preferably on what you guys exactly want. I know you guys ask for hair and makeup stuff all the time, and I think as a girl, I think that's like my almost least favorite thing. I love food. I love talking about fitness. I love healing. I love talking about healing the body. I think that's the coolest thing in the world. I'm such a hippie in that sense, and that I just think it's so rad. I think it's so cool that the body can heal itself. But anyways, I'm going on another rant. So bye, guys. I will definitely have a vlog for you up soon on what I eat in a day. But if you guys haven't already, my juice book is available. Also my free one too. Feel free. It's just a book to like love yourself. There's a couple recipes in it, but the juice book has 26 recipes in it, and it's so good. Anyways, bye guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. That's probably what I use the most, as well as Snapchat. Both Ivy Carnegie. Bye.